Hi, it's Audrey Bishop, and I have Phase 2, Question 5. What practical role did women actually play in the French Revolution? Identify some of the gains made by women during the French Revolution. Women, especially from the Third Estate, did not have a lot of rights during this time period, but one way they could get their voices heard was through marches and protests, one of the more famous being the Women's March on Versailles. So my first document is an illustration of the Women's March on Versailles, which took place October 5th, 1789. The women were all angry about the rising cost of bread, which was one of their dietary staples. So they got armed, as you can see in the picture. They have cannons, they have axes, they have swords, and they stormed Versailles, which was the king's and queen's palace, and they were just showing their anger about the rising food prices. And mobs and marches and protests were one of the only ways that they could show their anger because they didn't have a lot of rights. Another way that women could let their voices be heard and show their political views was through joining a political club. My second document is notes from a meeting of the Revolutionary Society of Women, which was a political club of all women. The particular topic they discussed in this meeting was the utility of women in a republican government. The first part of the meeting, they talked about famous women from the Bible, from history, from ancient Greek and Roman texts. They referenced Deborah, they talked about Joan of Arc, and they said, if all of these women have accomplished great things in their lifetimes, then it can be assumed that women from France can do the same, but we don't have enough rights to achieve greatness. They then talk about famous female warriors and say, if these are so courageous, we can be courageous too, we just don't have the rights. And they also talk about famous female rulers like Isabel of Spain and Catherine of Russia, and directly quoting, they say, how many of them have governed with glory? They say if women can govern those countries and be great rulers, a woman can be a great ruler of France too. We deserve political power. The woman who wrote the Declaration of the Rights of Women, Olympe de Gouges, even says not only are women equal to men, women are greater than men, and she gives a whole speech supporting her point. All of the women discuss this, and they all boil down their views into a petition, and they're going to give it to the National Convention. So this is just the notes from one meeting. It's one way that women could express their views were meetings like this one. My thesis is, although they had limited rights, French women expressed their political views through letters, marches, petitions, and political club meetings. Bye.